Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I will be doing a highly requested video by you guys today, which is how to nail interviews here in Canada. So let's get started. So first I wanted to talk about the types of interviews which happen here in Canada. There are various types of interviews over here which include but are not limited to the following types. So the first one would be telephone interview. It's pretty common over here in Canada where the employer calls you and then asks you a few basic questions to see if they should call you for an interview. And obviously if you pass the questions or you sound confident on the phone, they decide to call you for a face-to-face interview. The second would be a video call interview where the employer does a video call with you and asks you questions over the video. This is pretty common right now due to COVID, as a lot of the employers prefer doing video calls over calling the employees in person to do the interview. The third would be the pretty straightforward calling you and then having a face-to-face interview, and then if they like you, they will be calling you for round two, or they will be letting you know the further details of how it's going to be from there on. The fourth would be a face-to-face interview, but they will be handing you a questionnaire and they will be asking you to fill out the answers to those questionnaires beforehand, and they'll be giving you a few minutes. Once you're done, they're going to call you in and discuss the answers that you have written on the sheet. And the fifth one would be another type of interview, which is calling you in to attend a seminar, which can be for a day or for 2 days, and then testing you at the end of the seminar to see if you understood what they taught you and what the job is about. And if you score above a certain percentage, they hire you from that position, and the further details are provided later on. So these were the types of interviews which I discussed. Now I wanted to talk about the common etiquettes for facing an interview. Now we all know that interviews can be scary to a lot of us, and we do tend to get nervous. Even if we are pretty confident people in our lives, we do feel nervous when we are attending interviews. So my tips for attending an interview and nailing it would be obviously to look your best. You can't look sloppy at all. If you need haircuts, get them done the day before. If you need to get your clothes pressed, do get them done the day before, and just look your best, because you get extra marks when you look professional and when you look clean. Employers always like to see that. The next thing I would suggest is obviously to go there earlier than the time they asked you to go, at least 10 to 15 minutes early. This shows that you are a punctual person and you are committed to getting that job, and you're not fooling around or you're not wasting the employer's time. Another thing which I would really suggest for you guys is not to be nervous at all during the interview. Now this is a hard one, but you should keep it in your mind that this is not the end of the world, as there are a lot more interviews. And like I did mention in my previous video, if you saw it, I'm going to link it down in the description again, how to get jobs here in Canada. I did mention over there that you are going to face a lot of interviews and you're not going to get the first job in your first interview. Look at it as if you are getting some practice, and even if it doesn't work out for you, it's not the end of the world. So don't worry about it. Don't think that all your money and your life lies on this interview. So just make sure to be calm and collected, and you should be able to do just fine. And one more thing which I also wanted to mention for this facing the interview would be to speak fluent English while you're communicating with your employer, because we are living here in Canada and English is the top language spoken over here. So you need to have pretty decent English in order to communicate with your coworkers, your employers, and that's what they mainly look on a candidate when they're hiring, especially an immigrant from abroad. So you need to make sure that your English is up to par. If your fluency is lacking in some ways or the other, make sure to practice it with a friend or a family member or even your partner, and get your English language up to par before you attend interviews. Moving on, now I will be talking about the common questions asked in an interview. There are a lot of questions asked in your interview depending on what position you apply for, and there were a lot of different kind of questions asked to me when I applied for a lot of different kind of positions, but I'm going to be talking about the few common questions which are asked in every interview here in Canada. So let's get started. So question number 1 would be the very basic question, tell me about yourself. Now, when we do interviews back home, and I've been even in the interview board for some people back home, a lot of the people back home, they talk about where they're from, where their district is, what's their CGPA, and how many years they've worked in all the places they've worked in. So that's too much information. Employers don't want you to give a history about where you are from. So a common or the simple answer to this would be, my name is Fazia, I'm from Bangladesh, and I used to work in XYZ place as an XYZ, and I moved to Canada on 20th July 2019. That's all. That's what they want to hear. They want you to keep it simple and short. The next question would be another common question where they ask you, what attracted you to respond to our advertisement, or why did you apply for this position, or why should we hire you for this job? Now, when you are applying for these interviews, make sure you write down somewhere in your notebook, because you will be applying to a lot of interviews and sometimes you don't remember where you applied for until you're called. So just make sure to note down what the interview leaflet said in the website, and before attending the interview, make sure you read what it said so that you can pull out some lines from that interview leaflet and present it to the employer. So let's say if the employer wrote on the interview leaflet that they need someone who is a team player, someone who has interpersonal skills, you bring about those qualities of yours in that answer, and you talk about how you have those qualities which in line with that the interviewer asked in that leaflet. So question number 3 would be obviously a follow-up question where they will ask you, okay, then describe a certain time where you have solved this problem or you have been valuable to your organization, something along the lines of that. And over here, I would suggest you guys to keep it real. Now, interviewers know if the answers are read off from the internet, because let's face it, they've been doing tons of interviews and they know when something is being read off the internet or is false. So speak from your real life experience, from what you did in your previous workplace, which was beneficial to the customer or to the organization, things you did. I'm sure all of you had some small or big achievements in your organization, and do bring that up and speak realistically. Employers always like that and they value that. Next question can be about the strengths and weaknesses you have. So again, don't be like a robot. Don't read it from the internet. Don't have the answer memorized. You can talk about your strengths, what makes you special or stand up from the rest of the employees applying for this interview. You can even speak about your weaknesses. Employers do appreciate if you're being real. So you can speak about your weakness and you can even let them know what you're doing to overcome this weakness. So that's always an added bonus. Employers like when you do talk about how you are making yourselves better. And then question 5 can be, what are your salary expectations from this job? Again, be realistic. Don't don't, if you think it's a beginner job, don't go like, oh, I want $20 per hour, I want $22 per hour because I've all the experience from back home. No, just be realistic and just know what you're asking for. You can even let them know you're flexible, and you don't tell them that, oh, it depends on you, whatever you give me. Don't do that too. They don't like that answer. Be realistic, give an amount. And the last question which I wanted to focus on today is something which wasn't asked for us back home but is commonly asked over here, which is, do you have any questions for the employers? Never say that, no, I don't have any questions, no, I'm good, because employers hate that the employees are not prepared, or they don't care about the job, or they don't have a question to ask them. Always ask the employer's question. This shows that you are interested in getting that job, and this also shows that you are more interested to know how the company works, what are the schedules like, and how you would as a person be perfect for that job. So you can ask the employer about the day-to-day activities they do in that organization. What is a realistic timeline for you to accomplish in the first 90 days? You can ask them your time schedules, vacation days. Ask them questions. They always like it when the employees know what they're doing and they are interested. This is a short video of how to nail your interview here in Canada. I really hope you guys did benefit from this video today, and I just want you guys to know that relax and take it easy. Don't worry about it so much. I also wanted to let you know that I did do a few interviews, and the company that I'm working for right now, I'm working over here for 11 months now. I did get 3 jobs lined up simultaneously when I got this job offer, and I did have one company offered me more money than the job I am working in right now, but I preferred this job because it worked with my time schedule and the routine which I have for myself, and I need to do few things, so it works with my time schedule. So I chose this job, and I'm really happy that I did do that. I want to let you guys know that in the beginning you might not be getting a lot of callbacks, or you might not be getting shortlisted for the job, but don't worry. It's always going to take a few interviews for you to be perfect. And of course, if you just prepare for the questions which I mentioned to you and follow the common etiquettes, you are bound to get callbacks for sure. So don't worry about it. Do let me know if this video has helped you in any way. And again, guys, thank you so much for your support. I've been getting a lot of support in the last few days, and this has been motivating me to push out more content for you guys. Despite my busy schedule and being summer, I am traveling about a lot lately, but I'm still happy to push out this content for you guys because of your positivity. So thanks so much for watching again. I hope you guys liked my video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Till then, bye.